Please be seated. So, wow, this is quite impressive. Yeah, it's so great to be here with all of you. I'm Andrew Aline, the Dean of the College of Science and Engineering, and I have the absolute privilege of welcoming all of you here today. Now, I speak for all CSE faculty and staff to say that it's such a great feeling to be here together as a science and engineering community. This is always my favorite event of the year as we celebrate the hard work of our students who are also your daughters, sons, sisters, brothers, grandchildren, etc. Now, to all the family members out there, thank you for supporting your students' interest in STEM. Without your love and support, these students would not be crossing the stage today. So you played a key part in this journey, and you are an active part of this ceremony today. All right, so graduates, this is a time for your parents, family members, and friends to share in the pride and joy of your graduation. So take it all in and enjoy today. Trust me, these types of celebrations don't come very often in life, so we need to celebrate them in a positive and respectful way when they occur. We're also welcoming those friends and family who are watching their graduates live online, as we have graduating students from more than 52 countries on 5 continents. We are so happy to provide you all with the graduation experience that you deserve. Today, we are honoring more than 1,600 graduating students who have completed the requirements for their bachelor's degree in engineering, physical and computational sciences, and mathematics. More than 1,100 of these students are in attendance today to celebrate their graduation. And the faculty, staff, and administrators of CSC are so proud of all of you. Now, you may not have always thought it when you were slogging through problem sets, but it's true. You are our why. You're the reason we're here. I would also like to give a special welcome to the members of the CSE class of 1975 who are participating in the commencement ceremony today as part of their 50th class reunion. They and their guests are seated in the first few rows of section 5 of the arena, and I'd like to ask them to stand as they're able while we welcome them back to campus for this joyous event. So graduates, you will soon become part of a group of alumni who have made tremendous impact on the world through their leadership and innovation. CSE graduates have gone on to invent the first implantable pacemaker, the Post-it note, supercomputers, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which I learned is the most popular cereal on college campuses, the modern disk drive, and many other innovations. Other alumni have served in leadership roles at Medtronic, 3M, Polaris, United Health, Cargill, Land O'Lakes, Epic, ExxonMobil, Google, etc. And they've founded companies of all sizes in the state, across the country, and around the world. Others have gone on to be astronauts, small business owners, nonprofit founders, and leaders in universities. And we are confident that many of you will someday make similar contributions, be it in industry, government, nonprofit, or academia. And we eagerly await to hear your future stories. Now, with your graduation, yes, you are closing one chapter of your life, but this is just the beginning of the next chapter. What you have mastered in your studies has prepared you well for this next step. But the world is changing fast. Think about it. When you started college, there was no ChatGPT, right? And few people knew what a large language model was. So you know firsthand the need to adapt and continue learning to keep pace. Now, we hope that we have successfully taught you how to be a lifelong learner. Use what you have learned wisely and share your gifts generously. And please stay in touch with the Gopher Nation in the future and share with us that news of your career. Your Gopher family will always be here for you, and you will always have a home here. All right, so now here's the part where I ask you for something. And no, it's not money. It's not money. Although I'm sure the alumni office would like to speak with you after this. What I do ask of all of you graduates is that as you head out in the world, you take what you've learned here, both inside and outside the classroom, and put it to good use. And that includes all the friendships, the all-nighters, all the group projects where one person did all the work, and you know who you are, and hopefully, and this is the serious part, the ability to see life from somebody else's perspective. You know, there's a quote. Yeah, it's actually from Walt Whitman, but let's be honest, most of you probably heard it on the TV show Ted Lasso. And it goes, be curious, not judgmental. Right? And that's it. That's your final assignment from me. Ask questions. Listen to people who think differently. Try new things, even if they scare you a little or a lot. And when you meet somebody whose worldview makes you go, don't shut them down. That's a time to get curious. Remember, we all have more in common as humans than we have differences. Now, you don't have to agree with everyone on everything. Honestly, you probably won't, and frankly, that's as it should be. It'd be pretty boring if you did. However, the curiosity is what's going to keep your minds open. Right? It's going to keep your conversations interesting and your group chat civil. And I guarantee you that it's going to help you in your career, in your relationships, and whatever life adventures lie ahead. So as you walk across this stage and into your future, please remember, be curious, not judgmental. And maybe call your mom and dad every once in a while. I would now like to introduce my friend and colleague, University of Minnesota Vice Provost and Dean of Undergraduate Education, Raj Singh, who will give a few brief comments. Sir.
Wow, this is awesome. Well, thank you, Dean Aline, for the opportunity and for inviting me into this celebration. On behalf of the entire University of Minnesota community, it's an honor and a privilege to welcome students, parents, partners, family, friends, and all the distinguished alumni back to this campus. This is a day to celebrate extraordinary accomplishments and contributions in learning, in teaching, in research, in leadership, career development, and of course, service. But it's especially a day to celebrate the achievements of the College of Science and Engineering students in front of me who are gathered here today. In my role as the Vice Provost and Dean of Undergraduate Education at the university, I get to observe the academic performance of students across all colleges. I get reports of your degree progress. I get reports of how many students get A's, B's, C's, and parents, yes, some students do get D's, and a few handful don't pass. But after looking at all the data and comparing it to all the colleges, I can confidently say that CSE students are special. CSE students are amazing. They are super awesome. No wonder we get more than 11,000 applications for about 1,700 students that we can take into CSE. That's how great you guys are. And I know you could have enrolled at any other universities, and there are lots of other options you had, but you wisely chose to come here to the University of Minnesota. So yes, you make really smart decisions. And I sincerely thank you for trusting us in this important chapter of your life. And congratulations of that decision, and congratulations for seeing it through. As you probably know, this is a season of graduation parties, some late night parties, and some graduation gifts. And I would be remiss if I do not give you a gift from the University of Minnesota. So students and soon-to-be graduates, I give you the gift of 3 guiding principles that have helped me in life. Take them for what they're worth, use them if you like, and discard them on your way out if you don't. First, always think about we before I. Let's put the interest of the team, the group that you're working with, the community, the village, the city, the environment before your own, just your own plain self-interest. I strongly believe that if you think about the environment before your backyard, we'll all come ahead. That's how we'll win the game. That's how we'll win the championship. That's how we'll become world class. Second, always think about the why before the how. And this would remind you of what Dean Aline just talked about, being curious. Always think about, like I said, the why before the how, and ask the question before you want. Why do I want more influence? Why do I want the promotion? Why do I want to work at Google? Let's answer those questions before you figure out how do I get what I want. Because if we ask the why question, I think we'll always be a lot more happier than just following and doing what comes naturally. And lastly, my third gift to you is there is no shortcut to hard work. We are not entitled to anything. We are not entitled to respect. We are not entitled to trust. And we are not entitled to, yes, the compensation that you'll soon get. We need to work for it, and that is why I say, put your work before reward. So let me remind you, 3 principles: we before I, why before how, and work before reward. You do them, I promise you things will turn out to be better. I think we should all take pride that since its inception, the University of Minnesota has made tremendous progress and tremendous contribution to about 600,000 graduates. And those are the ones you're joining today. So be true to yourself. And I represent the University of Minnesota, not just CSC. So I look forward to you making contributions to the pride and the honor of University of Minnesota. And as you leave here, the next stage of your life waits for you. I hope you remember this pride, and I hope you never forget that your alma mater is the one that will stay with you forever. Congratulations, and thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Ben Koch. I use he, him pronouns, and I am a proud CSE alumnus and director of the Student Engagement, Diversity, and Equity and Inclusion here within the college's Student Services Office. Thank you. I wear many hats in my role, but one of my most prominent responsibilities is working with CSE student organizations. I manage and direct programs that provide these groups with financial, logistical, and advising support to promote group and individual success. For the last decade, I have been a co-advisor for the Science and Engineering Student Board, the undergraduate student government within the college. This dedicated group of student leaders organizes events, organizes programs, advocates for student interest, and serves as representatives of the CSE student undergraduate experience to Dean Aline and other college administrators. As the group's advisor, I have met dozens of talented students who demonstrate strengths in teamwork, organization, diversity, inclusion, and self-awareness, including your 2025 Commencement student speaker, Rimika Dara. Rimika came to the university from Mumbai, India, via Apple Valley, Minnesota. As a high school student, she participated in debate, which she credits with building comfort and community in a new place. When she entered the university, she explored various majors, but was ultimately drawn to computer science after some early coding experiences in her coursework. Her experiences on campus have included research in natural language processing, working as a teaching assistant for the Computer Science and Engineering Department, internships at Oracle and Pearson, and leadership roles within the Science and Engineering Student Board. She is enrolled in an integrated bachelor's and master's degree program currently that she will complete next semester. As a student board officer, Rimika was responsible for many things, including organizing community building events, offering fellow CSE students an outlet to support their mental health, and leading discussions about academic programs and support between students, faculty, and staff. Rimika is a proven advocate. In her leadership roles, she has lobbied for her fellow students, but more importantly, she has spoken up for herself when she needed support. That advocacy is what I admire most about Rimika. Her journey through the university has been filled with challenges, but greater successes. She has routinely leaned into her experience, stepping up into leadership roles, but also asking for support and utilizing the resources available to her. As she will share momentarily, Rimika has made many choices during her journey at the university that have greatly impacted her path. Some decisions have been easy, others have been difficult, some have resulted from individual deliberation, and others have included a variety of stakeholders. All have supported her ultimate goals and made her the student and the person she is today. With that, I am very proud to introduce the CSE 2025 Student Commencement Speaker, Rimika Dara.
Thank you, Ben, for such kind words. 8 years ago, I moved to this country with shaky confidence and a thick Indian accent. My high school debate coach looked at me dead in the eye and said, "You'll never become a good debater." So I did what any emotionally well-adjusted teenager would do. I went home and I cried. Then the very next day, I marched into school and I joined debate. Because no one, and I mean no one, has ever been able to stop me from yapping. And today, I have the mic and you have no choice but to hear me yap. Good afternoon, Dean Aline, Dean Blank, Dean Shervim, Vice Provost Singh, Mr. Dean, faculty members, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2025. Wow, what a journey. Today is a celebration. Celebration of not only our individual achievements and hard work, but of every hand that lifted us when we stumbled, every voice that reminded us of our worth, and every heart that believed in our journey. I'm standing here because of a village, the professors who challenged me, my friends who inspired me, and a community that held me up so high when I couldn't even hold myself. But above all, I'm standing here because of my mom and my dad, especially because of my mom and my dad. Thank you for imagining a future you were never allowed to choose, for giving me opportunities you had to fight your entire lives to even imagine, for working relentlessly hard to bring me halfway across the globe to this land of opportunities, and for teaching me that courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers across oceans. Your sacrifices have brought me here. This one is for the both of you. I moved to the United States at the age of 14. Everything felt unfamiliar. The language, the culture, the faces, the cafeteria food. I remember sitting in classrooms taking notes vigorously as my mind translated every sentence in real time. College was better, but not very different. As an international student, I carried the weight of not just my books, but my parents' dreams and sacrifices. But the truth is, you didn't need to cross an ocean to feel that way. Each one of us, no matter where we started, stepped into this college with questions louder than our own confidence. Remember that first semester, when Canvas notifications haunted our dreams, when homesickness crept in during late-night study sessions, and when we wondered if we truly even belonged here? Look at us now. We didn't just survive, we adapted. We showed up and we persevered, time and time again. Our success didn't come from certainty. It was created from our discomfort, our discipline, and our decision to keep going anyway. When I moved to this country, everyone asked me this one question: why did your parents choose to move here? At first, I didn't really know how to answer, but standing here today, the answer seems crystal clear. It was about giving me the privilege of choice. Back home, the paths of most students were often predefined, coursework was rigid, and choices were few. But here, I was allowed to choose. I was allowed to experiment, to fail, to explore. I chose between business classes, music classes, and coding classes. I chose between AP and honors. I chose the difficulty level that I could handle. I chose which student orgs to put my heart into. But this privilege of choice is not universal. My parents didn't have the privilege to choose their careers. My mom was forced to not pursue a higher degree. The generation before my parents had even fewer choices. My grandmothers were both married off too young and barely had any access to education. They likely won't understand much of my speech, but their sacrifices echo through each and every word that I say here today. Their choices, as constrained as they were, laid the foundation of the person that I am today. Several years ago, when my dad's visa expired, he was forced to leave the country for 2 years. Our family stood at crossroads. Should we all return to India? Or should my mom and I stay here so I could continue my education? My parents chose the harder path. They split our family into two, just so I wouldn't have to pause on my dreams. My mom, who knew so little about the systems around her, became my everything. She chose to protect my childhood and my education like a warrior. My mom's choices are the reason I never lost hope. And you, everyone sitting here today, you've also been shaped by 1,000 quiet yet powerful choices. Maybe yours didn't involve immigration or visas. Maybe it was the decision to enroll here at CSE, not knowing what it would demand of you, but believing in what it might make of you. Maybe it was choosing a different major halfway through your college career, or maybe it was choosing to push yourself for a few more hours just to meet a deadline. For some of us, the choice was between buying groceries or buying textbooks. For others, it was about taking on 2 jobs. Some of us battled grief, anxiety, depression, homesickness, or all of them together. And for some of us, especially my powerful women in STEM, the challenge wasn't internal, it was structural. We walked into rooms where our voices were already counted out. We were interrupted, overlooked, mansplained to, and made to feel like we didn't belong in CSE. I was once asked if I even knew how to use a calculator. And one of my other peers asked me if I knew what a linear graph looks like. Spoiler alert, it's just a line. I've been laughed at, silenced, and told that I wasn't good enough. But I chose to stay anyway. You chose to stay anyway. All of us chose to keep raising our hands, to keep showing up for ourselves, for the women who came before us, and for the ones who will come after us. All of us, no matter our individual struggles, chose to adapt, and we chose to persevere. And if no one else has told you yet, let me be the first one to say it. You are more than enough, and you always belonged here at CSE. So before we toss our caps, switch our tassels to the other side, and race towards what's next with our diplomas, I want all of us to pause. Think about the people who chose you time and time again, the friend who stayed up helping you study and made sure that you got back home okay. The roommate who left coffee and a note on your desk after a tough day. The professor who saw potential in your roughest draft. The family member who made you believe that you were never alone. And then, think about the people who didn't choose you, because they are the ones who taught you how to choose yourself. So as we stand here at this new crossroads, I want to ask you this one question. What kind of scientist, what kind of engineer, what kind of person are you going to choose to become? Because now, we stand on the edge of something new. Today isn't just a celebration of what we have done, it's a launch pad for what we will choose to do next. We are all here because we chose to step out of our comfort zones. We are now engineers, scientists, builders, thinkers, leaders, change makers. We are no longer defined by uncertainty, we are defined by our ability to walk right through it. Thank you, University of Minnesota College of Science and Engineering, for giving us the freedom to choose, to explore, stumble, switch paths, to join student orgs, to research, to learn from the incredible faculty members, and to meet peers that soon became our family. Here in CSE, we have survived sleepless nights, panic-inducing deadlines, and challenges that pushed us to the edge. So thank you, CSE, for giving us all the space and the push to discover not just what we wanted to major in, but who we wanted to become. College of Science and Engineering, class of 2025, congratulations on the journey you have embarked and the person you have chosen to become. I am so deeply proud to be one of you and to be able to represent all of our achievements here today. And finally, congratulations on being able to sit through my TED Talk. Whatever comes next for you, whether it be a job, a startup, grad school, a sabbatical, or finally sleeping for the whole 8 hours for once, I want you to choose to keep showing up for yourself, for your community, and for the world that's waiting for you to make a mark. Thank you.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Rumika. As you know, the Science and Engineering Student Board, SESB, is always near and dear to my heart. So please accept that recognition of your achievements, and as a token of our appreciation, and on behalf of the College of Science and Engineering, we thank you for your service again. Look forward to great things. So, graduates, families, faculty, and friends, it is my great honor to introduce someone who might just be responsible for half the things your smartphone does before you've had your morning coffee or tea. Our speaker today is Dr. Jeff Dean, Google's chief scientist, focusing on AI advances for Google DeepMind and Google Research. He's also a co-founder of Google Brain, which sounds like a sci-fi movie title, but is actually a groundbreaking research group that helped make machine learning and AI what it is today. If your voice assistant understands you, or your search results feel eerily accurate, there's chances that Jeff Dean had something to do with it. He earned his undergraduate degree in computer science and engineering from the University of Minnesota, and before joining Google in his early days, back when Googling wasn't even a verb yet, he helped build systems that would power the future of the internet. Now, for those in the computer science world, Jeff Dean is legit something of a legend. And I just don't mean in terms of his resume. I've witnessed firsthand within Google how his name is used in revered tones internally and by AI experts across the world. On a lighter note, there's actually an entire internet subgenre dedicated to Jeff Dean facts. For those of you who don't know, these are like Chuck Norris facts, but with more optimized code. You could even go out and Google it. And like a few of my favorites, and this just shows what the world thinks about him. Jeff Dean has exactly 2 keys on his keyboard, a 0 and a 1. So Jeff Dean's resume lists the things he hasn't done. It's just shorter that way. Jeff Dean is still waiting for mathematicians to find the joke he hid in the digits of pi. And finally, once Jeff Dean optimized a piece of code so well it actually ran before he wrote it. And while these are obviously jokes, mostly, the truth is that Jeff Dean really has changed the way we compute, learn, and connect with the world. And somehow he's done it all while being incredibly humble, curious, and deeply committed to using technology to make people's lives better. So whether you're dreaming of building intelligent systems, designing the next breakthrough in computing, or just wish that your laptop fan would stop turning into a jet engine, today it's my pleasure to introduce somebody that can help make that happen. Please join me in welcoming one of the most influential and inspiring computer scientists of our time, Dr. Jeff Dean.
All right. Thank you. It's an absolute delight to be here back on campus. We've been having a really good time wandering around the campus and seeing some old sites. Thank you, Dean Aline. Thank you, other deans and faculty, students. It's a big day for you. It's really, really exciting to see you all going out into the world and doing awesome things. So I had a bit of an unusual childhood. I went to 11 schools in 12 years, including living in Hawaii, Boston, Uganda, Arkansas, Somalia, and more. From a weather perspective, there was a really painful move from Hawaii to Minnesota at the end of October in 5th grade. In Hawaii, I went to school without any shoes. I didn't own any pants when we arrived in Minnesota. And the first night we were here, I huddled in the hotel room and watched my first hockey game on TV. But I eventually got pants and discovered the warmth and kindness of people of Minnesota. So I moved to Atlanta after 10th grade, but wanted to come back for college, so I enrolled at the U of M. My goal today is to tell you about lessons from my time at U of M and my career so far that can help influence what you do going forward. One lesson is that you should be willing to try new things and also to do things that you might fail at. I'm going to give you an example. One of the other people in my dorm hallway freshman year convinced several of us to be cheerleaders for women's athletics. I had a proud jacket that said, "Women's Athletics, Jeff," so that we could all rotate around being Goldie. In winter quarter of my freshman year, I finally worked up the courage to ask out Heidi, the roommate of one of my classmates. Thanks for introducing us, Kathy. I'd like to tell you the story of our first date. I had to cheer at the women's basketball game, but I suggested we could go to the game and sit together and chat when I wasn't cheering and then go to dinner after the game. Kind of an odd first date, but I was pretty clueless. When I arrived, though, it turned out it was my turn to be the gopher. So I dutifully donned my gopher costume, abandoned Heidi. Kids were pulling my tail, I was whacking at them. Partway through the first half, the coordinator came up to me and said, the halftime entertainment didn't show, you're gonna have to dance. So they whipped open a holder of many cassette tapes and said, which of these do you want to dance to? And I kind of hemmed and hawed and said, well, I mostly listen to Mozart. The only one I'd heard of, not heard, mind you, just heard the title of, was Footloose. So the Wisconsin team didn't have a great day, and the Gophers won 70-45. The next day's article in the Daily was written from the point of view of a sad Badger fan. I'm going to read you a quote. That stretch quieted the Wisconsin contingent whose team has never won in Williams Arena. but they were in an awed silence during Goldie's halftime rendition of Footloose. If they didn't yet regret their ill-fated journey, they did then. Clearly, I am not the world's best dancer. After the game, I emerged from the locker room and found Heidi. Oh, you showered? No? Turns out gopher costumes are quite warm. I'm not sure why, but somehow she miraculously agreed to a second date after this. We've been together ever since. I'm incredibly lucky to have such a wonderful, supportive partner as my wife Heidi, a fellow U of M alum who's here with me today. I've always found it more engaging to work on things I find interesting and feel important. Another thing I got at U of M was a taste of doing research. One of the best undergraduate experiences I had was taking a two-course sequence from Professor Vipin Kumar on parallel programming. After the course, I asked Vipin about doing an honors thesis with him, with his supervision, on using many parallel computers to train neural networks. My first taste of doing research. After graduation, I spent a year working on statistical forecasting of the HIV and AIDS pandemic at the World Health Organization before going on to grad school. I chose to do this gap year because scientific work on hugely important problems, especially those that are stigmatized, was something I believed in. Institutions like WHO or CDC or NIH serve really vital roles in our society, and defunding such institutions will have devastating consequences. After graduate school, Heidi and I moved to Silicon Valley, and I eventually got the itch to join a startup. In 1999, I joined Google when we were about 20 people, all wedged above what is now a T-Mobile store in downtown Palo Alto, California. I was excited about joining a company with a mission to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. It felt like we'd never run out of things to do. One of the beauties of software is that small groups of people can build things that have enormous impact in the world. So technology can be an incredible force for good in the world, and I'm proud of helping build a company with 15 products with more than 500 million users. Software that I worked on is integral to all of these products, but it's also important for us all to recognize that not all uses of technology are beneficial, and that we should be thoughtful about where we choose to spend our time and what we work on. Currently, I'm one of 3 overall technical leads for our Gemini project, overseeing the creation of our most advanced AI models. These offer incredible capabilities compared to what we could imagine 5 or 10 years ago. Gemini is also a large and complex science and engineering project with people in 20 locations. I'm now a co-author on a paper with 1,300 authors. AI is starting to look a lot like large scientific efforts in physics or biology, with large numbers of collaborators with different kinds of skills all over the world. Proud that all 15 of Google's products with more than 500 million users use Gemini today. As we're here today at a graduation, I'd like to offer my congratulations to all of you. You've worked hard and learned much along the way. Be sure to offer thanks to all of your mentors, your parents, friends, faculty, maybe that special high school or middle school teacher who have helped you along the way. You should all take time to write 3 thank you notes this week. I have 3 lessons and pieces of advice for you. Number 1, try to continuously learn new things. Although formal school for some of you might be ending today, careers are long and the things you need to know continuously shift. Don't be afraid to jump into areas where you're not an expert, and thereby give yourself an ability to learn as you were doing. Sometimes you just have to be a bit footloose and go for it. I have done this in my work on machine translation, search engines, computer hardware, AI for healthcare, research management, and more. I had no formal training or experience in many of these areas, but I was able to learn while doing and work with people who knew things that I didn't, and I've emerged with broadened views and new skills. Often when working with people on problems, some of what they know rubs off on you, and some of what you know rubs off on them, and you all extend your little tool belt of techniques and tools and knowledge for tackling new problems in the future. It also gives you a sense of community and shared objectives, which can be important for things you do at work. Creating and building collaborations and communities can also be incredibly important for tackling problems in the world at large. Number 2, work on things that really matter to you and to the world. Work hard on problems that matter, and you will have success. Even if something is hard and you only make some progress on that, it's often better than choosing the easy path and succeeding on something that doesn't matter as much. Number 3, in a world where AI is becoming much more a part of our lives, you should learn to utilize modern AI tools to accomplish things. I know there's a lot of nervousness about what will AI mean for the world, especially among people just starting their careers. The capabilities of these systems are improving every year, even every month, and they're starting to influence virtually every aspect of our lives. So paying attention to what they can do and using them to enable you to do more is a really good strategy. They can help you learn new things, accomplish tasks you can't do entirely yourself, create things, and quickly do things in minutes that would take you hours to do on your own. So you should embrace and learn to take advantage of these systems, even as they change. I'd like to offer a heartfelt thank you to the many faculty at the U of M from whom I learned a great deal during my incredibly formative years here. And finally, make sure that you treat people with respect and kindness and have fun in what you do. Life will be much better if you do. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jeff, for that excellent bit of wisdom. We're so pleased to have an outstanding CSE alumnus and changemaker like yourself here today to share a bit of their time with us. So please accept this as a token of our appreciation. Thank you. So now, what we've all been waiting for, the presentation of the graduates. Yeah. So students are going to be ushered to the stage by degree program, and then names will be called, and they'll receive their diploma covers.
Bachelor of Aerospace Engineering and Mechanics. Will their department representative please step forward? Gilbert Hilario. Janagan Ramanathan. Isaac Faith Nachmad. Nolan Wynn. Zachary John Elliott. Ethan Logman. Quen Jaginski. Carson Cummings. Olivia Oldenburg. Caroline Grandy. Sadie Ray Snell. Jasmine Thayer. Adriana Goikulea. Isidore Simon. Benjamin Pendleton. Wesley Girardi. Teng Hui Do. Jesse Cook. Dan Reeder. Jack Olson. Owen Shane. Charles Siebert. Simon Olson. Owen Boyle. Connor Sweetalai. Benjamin Rothman. Owen Constein. Kevin Schull. Maxwell Reed, Sam Bruner, Cameron Kienitz, Will Asproth, Rigo Turubiates, Micah Anderson, Anna Timmy, Justin Bunting, Esther Ortega Kluger, Cole Philip Harsey, Marie Fjallstein Peterson, Jet Wong Parker, Yegor Balotzin, Stephanie Denise Castillo Guevara, Ryan Lewandowski, Michael Dalala, Broden Diedrich, Ryan Swanson, Sylvia Burka, Alexander Oti, Connor Morley, Gavin Keithley, Michael States, Simeon Shafar, Charlie Cushman, Samuel Reichenbacher, Cooper Alexander, Pranav Kartha, Fyodor John Blinikov, Shane Drazkowski, Alexander Nelson Pike, Samantha Ashley Fortin, Apurva Balaji, Jayadeep Boya, Joseph Hoang, Nathan Gall, Eric Stout, Travis Fetting, Rory Conway, Mikhail B. Sandach, Quentin Saylor, Blake Bodigheimer, Avery Herdini, Bachelor of Science in Astrophysics. Will their department representative please step forward? Elsa Mead, Thomas Bethel, Ian Marcano, Ethan Gromoski, Leo Schertz, Lilia Bouayed, Eva Adhikari, Jacob Marcus, Emma Day Bruin, Katrine Kompanetz, Sydney Leggio, Hayden Da Silva, Gracie Patel, Sudanva Mohan, Jacob Kane, Joshua Godar, Bachelor of Biomedical Engineering. Will their department representative please step forward? Simon Key, Mark Lee, Ruikun Zhang, Henry Hinks, Jason Vanderwerf, Roman Voss, Briley Fladland, Andy Page, Dalina Young, Ishika Jain, Margaret Kruger, Michaela Cizek, Courtney Burrows, Phoebe Elizabeth Morgan, Malati Akshara, Mia Lynn Prince, Carlos Rivera, Anna Povolny, Lindsay Shaver, Julia King, Gracine Syme, Abigail Killow, Lauren Carter, Isabel Na Young Crowfoot, Ava Schaffel, Bryn Campbell Arnold, Megan Larry-Moore, Jaden Roeder, Dominic Olais, Kylie Petrichka, Serena Jane, Albert Buss, Ariona Wynn, Maya Kittleson, Katie Riley, Ria Gunuganti, Simon Kim, Lucas Lodermeyer, John Ferguson, Samuel Hansen, Nathan Eberhart, Cole Limex, Noah Simon, Grayson Wong, Ian Stratton, Jacob Cahill, Luke Ishag, Anna Comer, Preston Lee, Jovan Boshnikovsky, Natalie Franson, Margot Maxwell, Camille Mahabadi, Devna Panda, Bilise Dinsa, Kobe Huang, Jad Awada, Janavi Nayak, Ashritha Dodi, Sara Bulur, Ruby Ballantyne, Grace Ballard, Tiffany Wynn, Nicole Schottler, Johanna Teagarden, Olivia Hauge, Haley Christensen, Gori Kartha, Annabella Surstock, Alicia Gieser, Clara Cashin, Gregory Podenko, Jason Parker Wynn, Thomas Mercer, Khoi Nguyen, Kyle Kunisaki, Mara Risto, Harrison Krause, Charlie Snelson, Aidan Decker, Mason Neuheisen, Alexander Burzy, Daniel Lambrecht, Carmen Schultz, Sydney Haubenstricker, Bachelor of Bioproducts and Biosystems Engineering. Will their department representative please step forward? Mia Nelson, Rhiannon Wilson, Tessa Lundheim, Kyle Wist, Olivia Bujuk, Lucy Weglars, Lena Sale, Jason Taylor Kronschnabel Beck, Peter Rubin, Joshua Schleif, Eileen Keski, Olivia Wood, Claire Lindemann, Tyler Nelson, Bachelor of Chemical Engineering. Will their department representative please step forward? Jaden Chan, Aaron Safarik, Peter Eggert, Andrea Milosavljevic, Chloe Rebecca Plummer, Anjiya Panjwani, Jesse Olson, Calvin Golimbu, Samyukta Munagavalasa, Heather Johnson, So Yun Yoon, Tongjia Liu, Jaja Chamlongrath, Claire Koo, Nathaniel Debebe, Zachary R. Blaseman, Ayur Patel. Kyler Sood. Dalton Pfaff. Josiah Grabansky. Elizabeth Treskunova. Christian E. Pina F. Taylor Huber. Jonah Witrowski. Brendan Lane. Faith Barrington. Grace Rose Mueller. Karem Unal. Arthur Kwan. Thomas Speich. Lucas Nielsen. Sanjeeth Tirukavaluri. Lucas Ruby. Justin Haney. Elizabeth Johnson. Eric Neidline. Niall Timmerman. Olivia Pesch. Anne-Marie Myron. Megan Abel. Candace Heitner. Rhea Joshi. Emily Wong Chen. Emma Thompson. Paul Ricken. Ryan McKenzie. Cal Bertie. Munira Amin Mohamud. Jewel Onyenyechi Agbara. Juma Akini Waganda. Adeline Peterson. Camille Smith. Audrey Miller. Luke Heber. Nicholas Persick. Jackson Harris. Gavin Haugo. Christopher Stallard. Lucas Edwards. Ethan Blankenship. Patrick Wozniak. Matthew Holian. Zachary Hess. Jeremy Anthony Olea Herrera. Braden Heyman. Rakan Saleh Almadi. Rayed Hadi Al-Qahtani. Nawaf Fauzi Al-Skate. Majed Rayed Alayed. Abdul Rahman Ibrahim Al-Faqih. Liam Gagliardi. Christopher Hanley. Samuel Abbott. Sophia Anderson Kufri. Isabella Anderson Kufre. Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. Will their department representative please step forward? Hayden Lee Gunderson, Michael Avenreep, Mohammed Al-Abri, Adriana Ray Chi Laras, Monica Ladavicius, Kim Wynn, Alexandra Filas, Kathleen Keegan, Benjamin Van Squake, Trom Jackson, Andrea Ligoki, Ainsley Reeves, Dawson Blankenship, Haley Heimkes, Claire Danciak, Heather N. Munter, Stephanie Zakia, Sarah Therese Enriquez Tan, Samuel Foley, Sage McLaughlin, Yu Xin Chen, Stefan Vamego, Bachelor of Civil Engineering. Will their department representative please step forward? Seth Hill, Matthew Tobkin, Michael William Kaiser, Ron Heifetz, Jacqueline O'Hagan Jarris, Abdul Malik Hussein, Hogan Vandermeulen, Gibson Berg, Ryan Mwangi, Sanley Guerrier, Sawyer Arndt, Pavel Kudin, Kent Smith, Eli Harvala, Simon Custis, Isaac Kramer, Hanson Caitlin, Sophia Hardman, John Thielke, Ethan Rousseau, Sakti Sundaram Saravanan, Ryan Porter, Hans Lagerqvist, Ethan Sandom, Maxwell Sickvalend, Betty Monday, Jack Geiselhart, Bachelor of Computer Engineering. Will their department representative please step forward? Bashar Al-Jashmi, Mohammed Al-Nadaf, Mohammed Al-Mawali, Ian Patterson, Alex Vanasse, Aidan Wadzinski, Matthew Zebulon Breach, Dylan Gustafson, Jeremiah Hockett, Roman Shifsky, Ben Abbott, Kwa Rainey, Isaiah Guilfoyle, Vasisht Natamai, James Hope, Esperanza Corral, Leticia Naomi Sakata, Jessica Ta, Christopher Harper, Matthew Baskin, Jake Nemke, Seth Gentry, Stone Ferrugio, Josh Beretta, Thomas Walker, Joshua Washburn, Gabe Martens, Nathan Ton, Daniel Gettel, Kevin Sarmiento Alvarez, Cheo Cedillo, Lillian Himes, Fiddler Ella, Sidney Hendrickson, Wael Mohammed Kwalde, Ethan Jossi, Tyler Stoll, Folkman Breyer, Michael Uday, William Nichols, Jacob Borham, Thomas Nicholas, Ethan Sai Q, Avinash Sivaraman, Magnus O'Connor, Callan Murphy, Zachary Young, Emilio Estevez Rincon, Addison Schuster, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Will their department representative please step forward? Avery Schuster, Anas Mohammed, Sharmarki Ismail, Abdirahman Abdi, Omar Ali, Leo Adams, Henry Hoagland, Vedant Vade, Charlie Youngren, Rebecca Chu, Kent Wynn, Jeremiah Johnson, Israel Fuller, Varun Nagapurkar, Theodore Wynn, Nicholas Kelly, Rachita Udupa, Kavya Prasad, Harshini Bellamkonda, Thomas Suter, Emily Reich, Rauda Galban, Besma Mohammed Elarbi, Malak Rafat, Gihad Abdulrahman, Junhan Wu, Jia Wen Luo, Lolene Liu, Eric Patton, Lydia Dergacheva, Elena Johnson, Prashant Reddy Paila, Nantsu Phap, Shenxi Huang, Kian Pham, Jeffrey Hu, Aryan Sood, Raymond Kwong, Bing Hu, Ulrich Weimer, Caleb Sanis, Ethan Tenley, Mao Jie Shu, Lucas Schottler, Alan Habiger, Arush Vaid, Kayla Hartman, Brandon Singh, Isaac William Brott, Annabelle Kohler, Jasper Sandbolt, Shrenik Dudula, Jason Surivong, Cameron Estes, Daniel Guile, Ian Walsh, Tristan Sower, Shayla Markson, Julian Byrne, Thomas Weber, Zachary Komar, Mohammed Hussein Ali, Austin Odusanya, Marco Merkovich, Brant Kringley, Aaron Doss Johnson, Micaiah Johnson, Yashas Acharya, Anirudh Ganesh, Rohan Lackey Shah, Trevor Scupian, Ethan Wilcox, Jacob Olson, Samuel Martin, Wyatt Rasmussen, Logan Krant, Sridhar Vashishta, Katarina Slobojan, Cho Trung,
Eric Watson. Eric Watson.
Anna Sani, Zoe Sapersky, Benjamin Honrei Lee, Yu Xin Chen, Timothy Granatowski, Lam Duong, Vincent Sheeler, Kieran White, Tung Liao, Jacob Sun, Walker Lenz, Riley Findorf, Luke Forsands, Sioda Mamatkulova, Nehemiah Woldemariam, Raji Mekonen, Sarthak Bansal, Curtis Kakulaku, Dylan Louis Hauge, Tanavia Harrington, Hania Abuad, Yashasvi Singh, Blaine Habtamu Bakela, Sanket Kodimala, Jafeng Vang, Ghassan Ahmed Adhami, Bar Soloveychik, Mohammed Sadeh Javid, Mohammed Selem, Royal Lee, Leo Confortis, Austin Corpy, Harrison Joseph Wallander, Eric Wynn, Ryan Barth, Brandon D. Morey, Lucas Carl, Josh Subban, Ryan Roach, Samantha Timanis, Nathaniel Grenke, Kobe Kimmis, Riley Thompson, Nicholas Horst, Nathaniel Paulson, Joseph Vonotka, Amar Doctor, Nathan Zandlow, Sandy Llapa, William Wang, Ryota Tanaka, Xavier Martinez Lopez, Cheston Opsasnik, Johnny Guadagno, Priscilla Bunde, Sebas Osorio, Ryan Amir, Min Tong, Samantha Meso Ballesteros, Ryan Srichai, Adam Jeffrey Quant, Benjamin Sebastian, Aaron Erishkin, Yash Salunki, Jacob Naumann, Adam Kalt, Anidita Rajamani, Michaela Babcock, Sanjali Roy, Gabriel Livingston, Morgana Konechny, Sebastian Helgeson, Jenna Bailey, Shivu, Andy Wang, Philip Pham, Vincent Hong, Ryan Lee Barnfield, Ben St. Clair, Sophia Abreu, Anushri Acharya, Ramika Dara, Rishita Paley, Ravisha Jaiswal, Masuma Sayeda, Janani Kannan, Rishabh Agarwal, Ranit Motwani, Patel Aryan, Megan Spray, Noah Kovalik, Thomas Simon, Helen Larson, Henry Artis, Owen Swenson, Mason Grieseth, Rajan Singh, Don Pham, Christopher Park, Nate Nelson, Lion Raymond, Charles Hartman, Justin Silas, Bush Nangiyam, Nikki Yu, Rachel Danasia Menibun, Samantha Gauss, Gustavo Sakamoto de Toledo, Rohan Kumar, Paul Rubinow, Will Devitt, Jacob Larson, Waleed Zaro, Farhan Kandakar, Rahim Bardai, C.C. Yi, Anna Tun Nu, Sarah Men, Der Lee, Ni Dang, Isabella Lauer, Eric Jong Fritchie, Noreen C., Rishikesh Joshi, Lily Lee, Jessica Robbins, Mahmoud Barbary, Yasin Ali, Amen Talat Margani, Ziad Motala, Vin Win, Ryan Sowers, Evan Berkstrand, Aidan Giovanni Ruiz, Vaigishwaran Sivakumar, Alexander Tatley, Jolene Huang, Aaron Castle, Vyom Sharma, Sam Empson, Nathaniel Kier, Jack Bowdy, Eric Petron, Fumisato Teranishi, Daniel Dowdle, Joshua Krieger, Peter DeRuiter, Brooklyn Elizabeth Cooper, Mason John Hover, Benjamin Tollerson, Jack McWilliams, Vahini Penmatsa, Akitha Ajay, Cheryl Shating Oi, Brian Yen Sheng Lee, Vyap Patel, Jun Haji, Ross Volkov, Justin Mehez, Samin Rahman, James Schramm, Maxwell Bryson, Youssef Barakat, Abdullah Al-Hosni, Nishant Menon, Parker Johnson, Wei Pai Yiwan, Michael Angara, William Lin, Jenny Cheng, Ryan Diaz, Fridley Tao, Elaine Wynn, Maxwell Dealon, Andrew Okonski Magnuson, Benjamin Lindiane, Alex Iliarski, Isaac Berlin, Robert Wong, Stephen Ma, Justin Lee, Alexandra de la Cruz, Henry Olig, Nathan Jorgensen, Alexander Knusel, Benjamin Diacetis, Jonah Gaskill, Jack Steggy, Daniel Hawker, Samuel Thorson, Moses Palkar, Aaron Palker, Ariel Lareen, Adam Pettis, Joshua Giachi Lee, Nicholas Lopez, Ahmad Yasser, Hilton Nguyen, Hugh Lee, Jackson Coffin, Rohan Ganugapati, Andrew Guerra, Namit Rao, Jacob Cadaves, Bradley Johnson, Jay Yu, Timothy Tu, Nick Drogi, Kanishk Kacholia, Anthony Brogny, Sasha Hydri, Samyok Nepal, Stuti Shah, Julia Min Tien Thay Truong, Ethan William Lynch, Bilal Irfaeya, Trent Kelly, Grant Ogren, Autumn Kenyon, Chu Chang, Macy Tran, Aaron Dahl, Daniel Tran, Roshan Gokul, Liam Train, Tree Wynn, George Thompson, Evan Cranes, Chong Pei Zhou, Taylor Councilman,
Golub
Muhammad Akram Norzaman, Bachelor of Science in Data Science. Will their department representative please step forward? Nupur Kumar, Jamaica Kenneth Wakama, Sanya Data, Danny Bowie, MJ Corey, Adrienne Lee, Alice Cormick, Benjamin Goff, Shiva Pritam Chintalacharuvu, Isaac Ash Johnson, Parker Dustin, Benjamin Hoang, Luke Strasberg, William Klatnoff, Kennedy Johnson, Zachary Champoni, Charles Hart, Hassan Raza, John Farley, Kenan Day, Luke Kobza, Samuel Binau, Jordan Johnson, Aaron Monares, Samuel Constan, Ivan Fierros Pliago, Hamza Abdullahi, Leimin Kwe, Yang To, James Sargsian, Benat Froming Aldenondo, Kevin Lin, Otto Schenk, Lane Versteeg, Anna Hoytomt, Ava Hoffman-Cavalco, Tori Benk, Gabrielle Giving, Bachelor of Science in Earth Sciences. Will their department representative please step forward? Claire Sazma, Anjali Buzo, Charles Petty, Joshua Brown, Calvin Risto, Sarah Nadian, Delaney Whalen, Alyssa Burton, Bachelor of Electrical Engineering. Will their department representative please step forward? Hannah Vieth, Lily Anderson, Gavin Gugino, Rachel Craig, Thomas Hinckley, Emma Witz, Olivia Segler, Fiona O'Connor, Eloisa Carrasco, Samo Huang, Abhi Bajelwan, Grace Magdalene Madsen, Paul Wang, Peter Nguyen, Jack Strook, Ethan Hill, Justin Draheim, Cooper Fremming, Claire Koch, Lillian Esping, Sarah K. Reed, Megan Bunnelly Tan, Trisha Sebastien, Kylie Malone, Emily Schaefer, Nikolai Sathri, Cameron Larson, Jason Chu, Noah Schmidt, Gavin Neubauer, Connor Dale Hartwig, Andy Hansen, Benjamin Check, Jacob Kingsbury, Tariq Al-Abri, Abdullah Warsami, Jack McKelkey, Aditya Parida, Nicholas Sanger, Chase Nichols, Caleb Armstrong, Zachary Jacobs, Connor Anthony Solsrud, Moy John, Wenza Zhang, Jonah Raleigh, Sean Smythe, Nathaniel Lane, Andy Nguyen, Jungwoo Wan, Bachelor of Environmental Engineering. Will their department representative please step forward? Owen Wold, Imtisal Naeem, Juliet Koskela, Madeline Reckmeyer, Jaron Frank, Kondrak Clara, Robin Hickman, Justine Anderson, Ethan Schnettler, Avery Butler, Emma Lonson, Kendra Marie Arndt, Ellie Leonardson, Haley Plessel, Indigo David Leo, Carson Eccles, Josephine Gatto, Tessa Pauls, Gannon Shilson, Jacob Gonchez, Ian Brudnock Voss, Nathaniel Hiller, Amara Jackson, Haley Bargman, John Boschek, Carter Pikacek, Bachelor of Science in Environmental Geosciences. Will their department representative please step forward? Madeline Grace Dickenscheit, Keishi Malone, Aaron Hudson, Sydney Waldrop, Miranda Pavlis, Gabrielle Bennett, Miles Sterner, Justin Bettendorf, Ethan Isles, Aaron Graham Sones, Makai Ogoshi, Marek Poplavsky, Bachelor of Geoengineering. Will their department representative please step forward? Ella DeToro, Alexis Trausil, Sydney Heinzelman, Bachelor of Industrial and Systems Engineering. Will their department representative please step forward? Blake Sorensen, Ridwan Farhan Yusuf, Suhaib Jama Kitte, Mohammedek Ali, Patricia Freiberga, Jose Andre Porras Campos, Lee Wynn, Jack Bradley Halverson, Samantha Klinke, Celia Witt, Morgan Mullen Master, Maria Jose Esparza Talamantes, Alan Kim, Jed Leong, Nathan Vijay, Jonathan Cheng, Walter Marshall, Zachary Lambert, Pallavi Singhal, Anshal Singhal, Daya Hariharan, Johanna Bryan, Emily Dauberpool, Anna Thompson, Jared Burnett, Diriye Osman, Matthew Krzmarzik, Logan Martin Henderson, Jack Bly, Zaid Dame, Carson Hill, Paige Herman, Olivia Klein, Carrigan Dock, Elizabeth Schottler, Veronica Radke, Nathan Netafee, William Medvec, Rohan Nathani, Charles Skog, Timothy Haddad, Jacob Simons, Lane Mark Anderson, Lena von der Lind, Delaney Josart, Nora Shea, Catherine Coy, Delaney Johnson, Quinn Onwin, Sophia Dorshow, Kayla Becker, Malvika Gupta, Jocelyn Johnson, Alexa Starich, Catherine Marie Vandalak, Elizabeth Hying, Noah Ebner Borst, Malk El Kodari, Tenzin Choyang, Sean Na, Jonathan Kubero, Saloni Sanjeev Patel, Michelle Huang, Ethan Del Sol, Bostrak Jacob, Betty Huyen, Bachelor of Materials Science and Engineering. Will their department representative please step forward? Michaela Norum, Nathan Grossklaus, Sage Christopher Martin, Landon Smith, Connor Dumont, Elira Francesca Tobias Dizon, Irina Jenfong Slate Hong, Asma Ahmed Al-Balushi, Amanda Golubik, V. Livermore, Hale Robert Thomas, Seong Chan Park, Wyatt Fish, Michaela Mitchell, Hunter Lang, Samuel Swartzendruber, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. Will their department representative please step forward? Jeremy Davey, Isabella Tapperson, Anne-Marie Warren, Daniel Kukla, Orchisman Bandopadtai, Ding Quan Tran, Riley Lundgren, Andrew Gill, Luke Patefield, Nathan Mim, Andrew Hale, Katie Hogan, Samantha Trost, Emma Irene Glotz, Tyler Hansen, Darshan Thapa, Joshua Taylor, Evan Merrill, Ari Helfand, Raylan Stiller, Laura Schoenzeit, Lara Newton, Anya Kuznia, John Carl Schmid, Carter Peed, Peter Hillman, Lucas Reckinger, Addison Zink, Sawyer Cuppins, Michael Hu, Zach Karakes, Tasha Cohen, Karen Anderson, Fartun Awale, Michael Coogan, Cameron Gatz, Lucas Arnold, Abigail Rossini, Echo Gray Ching Nelson, Torin Yang, Pedro Gois Bonfim, Caleb Roth, Joseph Sheikh, Paige Dentler, Zachary Wetmore, Otto Foster, Nicodemos Casau, Grady Jurdy, Mason Cutting, Kriti Kamath, Jia Hu, Yuanchong Liu, Jacob Hetland, Ryan Alvarez,
Jathan Matapati.
Yuan Chen, Hillary Vo, Bachelor of Mechanical Engineering. Will their department representative please step forward? Michaela Nelson, Bearden Augustine, Sandra Turner, Amy Sanchez, Antonia Moya Balaustegui, Adam Witzel, Iman Hamdan, Sharon E. Mamoy, Samuel Benskofer, Karsten Isaacson, Noah Mize, Jonathan Osee, Joe Tessman, Neo Caniff, Ryan Preston, Jake Sori, Owen Olson, Noah Cohen, Aiden Tengowski, Andrew Pomas, Cole Key Cove, Locke Rowland, Matthew Schlicht, Jake Hausladen, Cody Nilsson, Tyler Beckers, Garrett Kolewski, Jaden Berger, Owen Edstrom, Andrew Goman, Bodie Bryce, Mason Bauer, Jacob Fritz Bowman, Devin Dasrath, Jose Cardenas, Matthew Wenning, Brandon Patras, Joshua Redepenning, Jackson Lindsay, Joshua Vlaslo, Brady Schumann, Zachary Thomas Werta, Max Welty, Sean Lee, Anton Burton, Samuel Bryan, Nathan Brennicky, Carson Redmond, Carl Peterson, Hayden Holmes, Brooks Anderson, Maverick Kalenberg, Ezra Morris, Jack Iverson, Joseph Stoll, Hannah Peters, Elizabeth Moline, Michaela Funk, Winifred Murphy, Nicholas William Cuffel, Santiago Damonte Vegas, Yahel E. de Jesus Vega, Devin Shaw, Eric Hosh, Nathan Brokering, Roger Easthouse, Cale McDowell, Danny DeLorenzo, Sophia Stablai, David Vang, Alexander Griffith, Jacob Michael Ganner, Rohit Roy, Tyler Kraus, Jorge Aliaga del Campo, Dario Barrios Araya, Gus Crow, Mitchell Gordon Mell, Melvin James, John Crales, Jack Schlichtmann, Devin Truchon, Ben Bartosek, Hisham Ibsais, Peter Shahinoff, Kongmug Vang, Lu Xiang, Brian Javier Colon Guzman, Zachary Wadzinski, Alan Menk, Nisha Pokrell, Kongming View, Axel I. Alamo Cuejo, Joey Shirk, Estefano Cardoso, Teddy Gezarf, Mohammed El Qadari, Abdirrahman Osman, Nabil Abokor, Ian Majeski, Mohammed Sirad, Ethan Russell, Charles Olson, Brian Douglas Pratt, Caleb Spielman, Maxwell Lee, James Lay, James McCabe, Smile Tonkau, Kitana Sibri, Allison Jondal, Julia Jakubik, Jack Shkari, Holden Romberg, Rohan Reddy Janga, Caden Hannanen, Jonathan Benmere, Toan Khan Win Do, Blaine Thomas, Aiden Johnson, John Meader, Toshio Morizono, Joshua Sereno, Joe Pellman, Hong Din, Lucas Kronberg, Noah Larson, Ben Stark, Shi Wei Chung, Piers Bowden, Matthew McDonald, Gabriella Dickman, Piper Digman, Sneha Jacob, Emma Tygart, Abigail Johnson, Alexander Borsgaard, James Harrington, Nathan Harbinson, Joel Roberts, Elliot Anderson, Shane Total, Austin Korzanowski, Eric Spence, Spencer Tupy, Alex Niesman, Bachelor of Science in Physics. Will their department representative please step forward? Piper Erickson, Megan Schoenzeit, Shardul Rao, Aaron Thompson, Miles Hansen, Rand Bovard, Andrew Jershison, Maxwell Pulaski, Jacob Wallstrom, Milo Ophoven, Siddharth Goregatu, Carolyn Kearns, William Honnold, Akshat Sharma, Mangyao Xiang,
Congratulations again to all of you. Congratulations. That is awesome. So please help me welcome Regent James Farnworth to the stage for the official conferral of degrees. Regent Farnsworth is a senior program director at the YMCA Center for Youth Voice with extensive experience in public service, including roles with the Minnesota House of Representatives and the Minnesota State Fair. Beyond his professional work, he serves on the boards of the Jewish Family Service of St. Paul and Volunteers of America, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, reflecting his deep commitment to community impact. A proud St. Paul resident, Regent Farnsworth has also pursued coursework in human resource development at the University of Minnesota. So, Regent Farnsworth.
Thank you very much. To the graduates, I extend my congratulations. It is my honor to be here today, share in this moment with you, and welcome you to the wonderful University of Minnesota alumni community. We are here to celebrate not only your academic accomplishments, but also your potential to make a positive difference in the next stages of your lives. You will be contributing to your communities, the state of Minnesota, the nation, and the world. To your families and friends, thank you for your support of these students as they have earned their academic degrees. And now, actually, the real reason I'm here is to make it official, which I presume you're all ready for. So, without further ado, will the candidates please rise as you're able? Upon recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the University of Minnesota Board of Regents, I now confer upon you the degrees for which you have qualified. Please take your tassel and move it to the left, as this signifies you are now an official graduate of the University of Minnesota. Please join me in recognizing the class of 2025 and those who have made their achievements possible. One more time, congratulations.
All right, we're almost there. So I'm Associate Dean David Blank, and we just have a few more remarks and we'll be done. So congratulations to all the CSE graduates. As Associate Dean, I am so proud of all that you have done and accomplished. I hope you'll come back to mentor students and participate in our alumni events, as you will always be part of our University of Minnesota and CSE family. We will conclude today's event with the singing of the Minnesota Rouser. After the singing of the Rouser, graduates, please find your families and continue your celebrations with your family and friends on the plaza. I hope it's not raining too hard out there. Now, please rise and join members of the University of Minnesota Marching Band in singing the Minnesota Rouser.